Senator J.V. Ejercito accused several Bureau of Internal Revenue officials of running an extortion scheme by abusing letters of authority. Ejercito claimed that the officials kept up to 70% of collections, while only 30% went to the government. He added that the scheme was expected to generate 6 to 8 billion pesos, but only 2 to 3 billion pesos was officially reported. He warned that LOAs and mission orders documents meant for tax audits and enforcement have become tools for corruption.
Now, let's discuss this further with Senator J.V. Ejercito himself joining us now via Zoom. Good morning, Senator, and thanks for joining us again.
Hi, Diego, Angela, good morning. Nice to be back again in your show.
Yes, Senator, go ahead.
Yeah, well, Senator, another scheme you have this time na si you exposed it. How much really are we losing sa mga nangyayari sa BIR, and how long has this been going on?
Well, Diego, Angela, I first brought this up during the budget hearing of the DBCC, of the Economic Managers. The Department of Finance was there, Secretary Recto, and the new BIR Commissioner, Charlito Mendoza. I was supposed to bring this up and prepared for Commissioner Lumagi, but unfortunately, before the hearing, he was already replaced.
Right.
So I just manifested and let the new BIR Commissioner know about these complaints, because I've been receiving complaints from businessmen, from local businessmen for the past 2 years. So, sa mga socials lang, sa mga events, a lot of them approach me and have been complaining about the harassment that they are experiencing right now from the BIR examiners, RDOs, and that these are random people. No? But what really prompted me to really bring this up already, and I was really disturbed, is when the European ambassador, some members of the American and European Chamber already are complaining that even their investors who are already here in the country are also subject to harassment by BIR, and this does not paint a good picture of us internationally. So I just had to bring this up because sobrang na yung LOA that I was that we are now talking about has been weaponized for extortion. Buti sana Diego, Angela, kung 70% pumapasok sana sa gobyerno, 30% lang sana yung
Pero baliktad.
Pero baliktad 70% yung kanilang
Kickback.
dinatakma, 30% lang yung resibo. So that's the sad state, Diego and Angela.
Well, do you think, Senator, si former Commissioner Lumagi, kaya siya nawala dito sa kanyang posisyon because of this alleged extortion dyan sa BIR? You think may kinalaman to?
I really do not know what the reason was why he was replaced just before the budget hearings. But probably big possibility, Angela, Diego, because of as I've said, there are really numerous complaints already for the past 2 years that I have been receiving, and I'm sure that a lot of this has already reached the top officials. I ride my motorcycle, I go to Visayas, to Mindanao, and then I get to talk to some business people. It's the same complaint all over. It's not only in Metro Manila. So it's really widespread already. And I think this really has to stop. It's sad that we are already facing one of the darkest moments in history with the Floodgate scandal, the biggest corruption
Tapos eto pa.
in our history. Tapos meron na naman to, BIR naman. So parang hawa-hawa na itong culture of corruption. So this really has to stop.
If it's widespread, Senator, across the regions, do you think may isang grupo dito sa main office that is running this? Or it's just a coincidence na may kanya-kanya silang racket per area?
You know what I think about this, Diego, Angela, it's parang leadership by example na ito. If they hear that in the past 2-3 years, some of the leaders are living grandiose, extravagant lifestyles. We heard of, mga contractors having 25%, 30% kickbacks.
Yes.
So si DPWH siguro sabi niya, bakit sila lang, di kami rin. No? Nakita ni BIR, bakit sila lang, di kami rin. So it has become already a culture already the past 2 to 3 years. So if the central office knows this, I'm sure they have received information because it's too widespread and a lot of people have been complaining and even the foreign investors already are complaining. So whether Commissioner Lumagi acted on it or did not act on it, that we have to find out in case there will be a Blue Ribbon Committee hearing on the said issue.
I just like to clarify, Senator, no, with regards yung sa letter of authority na ito, pag hindi po pumayag ang isang investor or businessman to go along with the scheme, ano daw ang ginagawa sa kanila ng mga examiners?
Well, of course they are being harassed, no? Ang modus niyan, Diego, Angela, they were really assessed very high, no? And then they will try to negotiate. Of course, I know the mentality of a businessman because I was also in
Yes.
business in the 90s. Lahat tayo takot sa BIR eh.
Yes, that's right.
Babalikan ka niyan. Yung natakot, babalikan ako niyan, sigurado. So they more often than not, they would choose to just settle, no? What I heard, for example, 3 million yung assessment of a small, medium scale enterprise, no? Maliit na business. Then they will haggle and they will settle for 1 million. Ang masakit doon, 300,000 lang yung resibo. Yung 700,000, binulsa na. Sana, masakit man, sana baliktad man lang eh. Pero at least, I have heard a lot of testimonies na talagang about 60 to 70% is really being bucketed by these examiners and officials.
Malaki-laki itong
Yeah. But
70%.
Senator, of course, mahirap naman yung heard lang, yung sinabihan ka lang. I was wondering if you have documents, receipts, di ba, to prove these allegations.
Or actual witnesses.
Or actual witnesses that could testify and would say na ito talaga yung nangyayaring scheme sa loob ng BIR.
This will be the challenge, actually, Angela, Diego. As I mentioned, knowing businessmen, how they think, they will really be scared to be,
That's right.
that the BIR people will retaliate on them. And even the business people that I get to talk to, they refuse to, to be named. Kasi nga takot silang balikan
Yes.
sila. No? But I think the mere fact that new DOF head, DECGO, and new Commissioner Charlito Mendoza already suspended LOA issuance, no, at this time, means that there is truth to this already, no? Pero yun lang, the challenge of getting witnesses will be quite tough, no, because mostly are businessmen, small and medium scale and big businessmen.
But I was wondering also, Senator, kung were you able to trace back kung kailan nagsimula yung ganitong klaseng scheme sa BIR? Was this just for 2 to 3 years or deeper pa yung nito, yung pinanggalingan?
I've been hearing about this again from random people I meet in events, in socials, the past 2 to 3 years, no? Parang ngayon siya gumrabe at the same time that the floodgate scandal and all of these modus in the started by the contractors. Parang sabay-sabay sila no? So I think it was the past 2 to 3 years that it really became very rampant. But the sad thing, Diego, Angela, is that yung mga previous years, yung mga cleared na in businesses, by the use of LOA, they are tracing back. No? So talagang binabalikan nila. And that doesn't give a good signal for business people, especially for international community. Wala tayong clear-cut policy na on how what would be the extent. Kasi pwede ka palang balikan, cleared ka na.
That's right.
So there are a lot of issues that really need to be discussed. And Senator Erwin Tulfo already filed a resolution to investigate. So I might file one also. So hopefully we will be able to have a hearing on this. And again, it's a challenge, but I'm hoping that someone will really come out
Yes.
and be a witness. It's a challenge kasi business people will really not dare fight BIR.
Oo.
Well, Senator, now that you've opened a can of worms sa BIR for a particular scheme, and you and I, and most of Filipinos have been in business for a long time, we all know may mga ibang modus that we have experienced one time or another, and may fear din tayo kasi baka ma-retaliatean tayo. But are you going to now look at the other schemes? We all know yung permit, minsan iipit nila yan kung walang pamerienda or wala pang, yan ang term nila eh. So, titignan niyo po ba lahat?
Marami talagang enterprising sa gobyerno eh. There are a lot, there are a lot of laws already, policies that somehow they really get to find loopholes and
Yes.
napaiikutan talaga nila ito yung mga missing papers, yung mga missing requirements, yung papabalik-balikan ka. So marami talaga modus, and I'm hoping that the new economic managers, the new team of the Department of Finance, BIR, could come up with safeguards and clear-cut policy on this LFA. We support revenue-generating measures
Yes,
or programs. But wag naman sanang abusuhin that we are already killing our businessmen, lalo na yung mga small and medium scale. Di bali yung malalaki, they have their law firms to deal with the BIR.
That's right.
But the small and medium scale enterprises, sometimes the sad thing, Diego, Angel, I just received, I was tagged in a Facebook page na she was assessed 10 million, she ended up paying 7 million, and she ended up selling all that she has para lang hindi siya makulong, and build her business. So, we really have to support and small businesses, instead of harassing them to the point of closing, kasi these are the lifeblood of our economy as well.
Okay, so doon po sa sinabi nyo nga po na widespread na nga ito, possible in different regions, do you also see or upon your investigation na ito talaga yung parang pinaka-standard singilan nila, 70-30, or sa ibang region merong ibang presyuhan naman doon?
I think iba-iba naman, pero from what I heard, this is the usual na 70-30, and meron nga isang businessman just texted me, part of the chamber, meron pa nga silang 80-20 at times, So we'll try to find out, we'll do our best.
Yeah.
Hopefully if the Blue Ribbon Committee takes this up, and we will try to find out kung what's the extent on ano talaga yung tarahan po nila dito.
But are you recommending as well the possible, kumbaga parang suspension muna of the alleged officials involved in here to make sure na, di ba, during the investigation, hindi ma-compromise yung mga evidence, if ever?
Well, that will be the call siguro of the Blue Ribbon Committee, probably the chairman, so that probably some people, officials need to take a leave of absence if ever they will be accused, so that they cannot influence the investigations that will be ongoing in case it starts.
Yeah, Senator, I'd like to ask na kasi you mentioned kanina na madami na tayong batas, madaming loopholes, and I know what you're doing right now is in aid of legislation. Because I've heard some luminaries say na what we need right now, and with all the corruption that is ongoing in all agencies, is there a reporting mechanism na pwedeng gawin natin out of the current agency, similar to that of, I think they were referring to Italy, with regards, they have a separate reporting mechanism for corruption that can happen para malakas ang loob magsumbong yung mga tao?
Well, right now, because of this, Diego, Angela, we really need a major reboot, because all agencies of government are already, talagang already tainted, with too much corruption. And we can take a look at what other countries, yung mga yung kanilang practices, that were effective in curbing corruption, and probably we can adapt some of those. And from what I know, our ombudsman naman is very active right now. We have a very active ombudsman right now that he said that he will really have a crackdown on all of these corrupt officials. So probably they will have an app or something, or probably yung third party that you are discussing, we will be worth looking at, no, if it's a good practice in other countries, and if it's successful, probably we can adopt those.
Quickly lang, Senator, idudugtong ko lang, sasabi mong major reboot. Ano po stand mo din for a major reboot such as changing the form of government?
Well, siguro anything done within the Constitution is okay, no?
Okay.
Because I think we have already experiences that anything done outside of the Constitution, yung mga extra constitutional, that would lead to years of to years of instability, no, politically and economically
Yeah.
unstable, no. Because there will be questions on the legitimacy of the government in case there will be an overthrow or a power grab, and we have seen that already in, well, of course, 86,
Well,
2001, even
Yeah,
after
that's
my
right.
father
EDSA
stood
1,
down
EDSA 2. Oo.
for 9 years
Right,
of
right.
GMA, under GMA administration's legitimacy was always in question.
Yeah.
So, it was really politically and economically unstable. So, I'm hoping that everything has to be within the framework of the Constitution.
Well, Senator, before we let you go, since you're here na, samantalahin ko na rin, tanungin ko na rin po kayo regarding dun sa video statement, si former Congressman Zaldico. Do you believe in that? With the investigations also that is ongoing right now, no? Going on right now, may mga nahuli na regarding dito sa flood control mess.
Well, Angela, Diego, just like any ordinary Filipino, nakakagalit, no? I mean, seeing, that's first time I've seen that much money on top of a table that it will just
Yes.
go to some one person. Nakakagalit, no? Limpak-limpak na salapi. And I think this is one of the darkest moments in our government's history. This is the biggest corruption scandal ever, no? And I am one in asking for accountability, for justice. Pera po natin yan, no? But not to defend my colleagues or the Senate. This whole scheme really started in the House of Representatives when these congressman
Yeah.
contractors devised this scheme. Sila Saldico and Company naman nagsimula niyan, eh. From what I gathered, because I came from the House, no, marami rin nagkikwento sa akin doon ng mga congressmen na on what really happened. No, they across the board in 2022, they reduced 30% per district, no, and they pulled them all together into one fund. No, all districts, the board, and then they offered these projects to their co-legislators and contractors as well. Kung gusto mo ng extra project, kung gusto mo ng dagdag na proyekto or funds, you have to get it from their group at 25%.
Yeah.
Tapos may parking pa na 5%. So that's 30% already. Kung dadagdag mo pa yung mga portion ng DPWH, ng COA, it's a collusion, eh. Talagang
Oh, well.
i-go-ghost na lang or substandard. So that's what really happened the past 3 years. No? It's a collusion between some legislators or proponents and DPWH officials that really devised this scheme. Ako, I am for accountability. Let us not lose focus. Minsan kasi naririnig, wow, senador, may mga big names, but let us not lose focus if we want to in aid of legislation for the modus not to repeat itself para hindi na ito maulit. Those real culprits and the modus, dapat we have to find out how they did it so that it will not happen again. So Saldico and Company really started all of this together with the DPWH officials, and all of those guilty really has to find jail time para naman may matakot. Nung wala natatakot sa bansang to, wala kasi
Totoo.
nakukulong na big fish dito, eh.
Okay.
Yung mga hinuli mga DPWH na those are small fries,
Yeah.
medium fries. Gusto natin big fish. We need a major reboot, no? Kailangan natin linisin ating gobyerno.
Alright, with that,
Yeah, go ahead.
maraming salamat po sa inyo, Senator J.V. Ejercito.
Thank you.